Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng pera. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugo, todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing, giting at tigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Want to find out more about the famed org community of the Ateneo? Yeah. Wondering what projects and initiatives our student organizations are currently up to? Curious to hear the perspectives and motivations of the different people that make up the org community? Tara na't magkwentuhan! Kwentuhang MVP takes you to the vibrant and passionate organization community of the Ateneo de Manila. Tune in every Friday as we catch up with our student leaders and our organizations and find out how they're continually pushing forth with their advocacies. Kwentuhang MVP, taking the MVP to you.
Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he delivers to us the preachings of the Sunday's Gospel that's awe-inspiring, yet easy to understand and appreciate. Let us all listen to the Word of God here on The Word Exposed on Air, only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
And there was another drive-by shooting.
The fire we reported at the fire hall is still burning out.
Do you sometimes feel confused or lost in the complications and complexities of life? Do you feel drained, listless, or exhausted from the daily burdens and responsibilities? Why not seek our campus ministers on air every Tuesday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon? Listen to our counselors from the Loyola School's Campus Ministry Office as they ground our lives in our faith, in our school's spiritual tradition. Campus Ministers on Air. Be guided, be inspired, be blessed. Listen to our Campus Ministers on Air. Mamangha sa lalim at ganda ng ating kultura at diwang makabayan, sa mga salita at pahina, sa tulong ng mga guro at manunulat ng panitikang Pilipino. Halina't tuklasin ang yaman ng ating panitikan, ang pamana ng ating lahi. Kasama si Binibining Andrea Trinidad, Ginoong Jethro Tenorio at Ginoong Yol Hamendang ng Kagawaran ng Filipino ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila. Ito ang Sari-Sari, ang Catholic Mass Media Awards Special Citation Awardee para sa pinakamagaling na palatuntunang pang-edukasyon sa radyo. Dito sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
To open our eyes and ears that we may see the face of Christ and hear His voice in our midst. For 28 years, Jesuit Communications has been promoting the Catholic faith and serving the nation through both traditional and new media. Hear us tackle national issues in light of Christian values on Usapang Kapatid, Pasacalye, and Radio Veritas. Watch our uplifting reflections on Kapet Pandasal and The Word Exposed, as well as our acclaimed TV specials. Listen to the inspiring and soothing music of Jesuit Music Ministry's original artists as you read our spiritually enriching books. To learn more about JustCom's mission of evangelization and education, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, justcom.ph. To give a face to the faceless and a voice to the voiceless, that we may recognize Christ in them and hear His story in theirs.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atin sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod. Todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiting at tigil.
It's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Level up!
Already all the best. And when I say the best, I have here someone who I've always looked up to as well. Number one, kung theme lang ng pag-uusap to ngayon, it's someone who's self-made. Someone didn't use anyone, I guess, in the business, but really went up the ladder, and really, because of hard work, he was able to attain what and where he is now. Second, there's also need for reinvention and excellence. That craving for excellence I see in him. And the last one, I guess, I have to commend him for being brave. There are only a few actors now na will put at stake in everything that they do. And here's one of them, and I'm really proud that he's here. Finally, he's here. Jake Cuenca. Magandang hapon, Jake. Kumusta ka?
Magandang hapon, Sono. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the kind words. that means that means the world to me and to us actors. So that means a lot
What?
talaga. Thank you for
I've
making my
always-
day.
I've always been a participant observer from afar, and from there, and you know me also from our common friends in the industry. I won't bullshit anyone, just say, oh, ganito, okay na. But one thing that they put you into the fore is yun nga, parang number one, you're self-made. You stumbled into acting. Well, actually, ano lang, di ba? By chance. Hindi mo naman talaga ginusto yan when you were young, no?
I think like for me, I think I would say that I didn't want to be an actor at first when I was a
At
child.
first,
But
yes.
yeah, because my parents put me into modeling at first when I was young.
Yes.
But I would say na doing commercials wasn't cutting it for me when I was a kid. I wanted more than that. But I wanted to act more things out. But I wanted to tell a story, a longer story.
Galing. No, so your dad being well, I was surprised, no? An architect and
Yeah.
your mom as a businesswoman, did they
Yeah.
want you to follow their mold na tipong, okay, well, but your dad is artistic, so at least it's there, no?
Yeah.
And business. So my business sense yung pagiging artistic, is that something you are trying to marry at
Wow.
this point?
Yeah, no, I had to beg my parents talaga to do this. I said like my journey, sabi ko, it's so interesting in the start because we were gonna move na to Spain. We had our things were packed. We were ready to go. We were going to Spain, but I really, really begged them to stay. And I was 14, but I begged them, like, please, just let me try this out, and you won't regret this decision. And they allowed me, but obviously the first 5 years of my career was still, not consistent yet. But my parents supported me. They really did, but I had to beg them. They didn't want me to do it at
What
first.
was the turning point then? So, you beg them, and then, well, of course, at first, projects will come far and
Far in between.
Well, yun, no? So, parang, and then what happened? Parang, suddenly you had to make breakthroughs. Parang, you have to.
No,
Like
like I said, so Noel, it was 5 years of really telling them that I wanted to do it. Like it was 5 years of. My career wasn't going anywhere. I was still asking money from them. That's why they wanted me to go there, because they knew nothing was happening because I wasn't making money. But I begged them. I told them, just please let me do it. Give it a little bit of time. Then finally, when I moved to ABS, things changed. Dramatically changed.
Galing. Pero had you not been an actor, what could you have been?
I think, now, I think what I've found out about myself, because I'm a very motivated individual. I'm a very intense person.
Yes.
And I can obsess about things when I really commit to things. So I think I would have been an athlete or a fighter or something that demands hyper focus. I think that would have been a calling for me.
At ikaw, ganyan ka pa rin naman ngayon, no? The athlete part in you is able to strive for excellence, number one.
Yeah.
At saka yung parang you fail now but you get up later. Parang walang habang time na pagdudrool over a loss.
I knew rin kasi I knew that experience is the best teacher. And I knew na there's some actors who are blockbuster actors. They do a movie, it makes a lot of money, but there's some actors that I look up to, like let's say Tony Collette. It's their body of work that they really, really show to you. And for me, that's me. At the end, when I close the book on this, I want to have touched, for everyone who's watched me, I want to have been able to touch their lives at one shape or form, either as a kontrabida or as the leading man or anything. I just want to solicit a reaction from them when they watch
make a mark, no? Basta markado, hindi lang basta dadaan lang.
Yeah,
so, little do people know that you actually started in ABS-CBN.
Yeah.
Parang, your early things, sabi dito, all the three films are under, Once Upon a Time, a Star, Star Cinema, no, of ABS-CBN.
I think
parang gano'n.
IMDb got that wrong, to be honest.
Okay, we correct Wikipedia now. Sabi nito, the first three films were under Star Cinema of ABS-CBN. So the affiliation was there. So mali.
No, that's not true.
So Once Upon a Time, Takbot, Barbara Takbot, tama ba yun?
No, hindi ko ginawa yan.
So kailangan mo correct yung Wikipedia, no?
I've seen that in Wikipedia, and pati ako nagtataka, I didn't do these films. But I really started in GMA. Yeah.
GMA talaga. But after all the
Yeah,
commercials,
GMA.
it's already GMA. So, learning
Yeah.
now. Learning, if there's anything about your work in GMA, you were casted in Click, and then
Yeah.
Hanggang Kailan, Forever in My Heart, then Love to Love, then Encantadia even, no?
Yeah. Encantada. Yeah.
Learnings. Can you talk about learnings now?
Learning.
Now we're done with intrigues now.
Yeah.
It's more learnings. Parang ano yung
Yeah.
pwede mo share sa mga tao trying to start a career in this industry?
Wow. I think GMA was. I know. I can never equate what I've learned in GMA because that really prepared me for what was to come. Talaga, that was. It made me hungry. Diba? It made me hungry kasi every time I was casted to do a role and the small roles that I did in GMA, there's nothing wrong with that, diba? There's no such thing as there's no such thing as small roles, just small actors, diba? So to me, they were never small, but definitely when I was seeing the lead and then them being given responsibilities and diba, them getting attention, I wanted that. I wanted it. And
did you articulate that? I think you articulated that to them because I was there when we were about this at the same time when you were there in GMA. I was in the film department and they used to say parang si Jake daw lilipat na. Well sa loob ko lang parang merong wanting to be there's a plateau. Parang there's this one he's wanting to be more. Di ba? Parang ganun talaga. All breakups are breakthroughs. Yun isang sa mga
leads. Exactly. I agree. I completely agree with that.
So yun parang you needed that breakthrough. You needed that plateau. You needed to cross that plateau. And how was that? Kasi wala kang burn the bridges. Kasi I was there when the papers were being examined. And this parang you asked permission. At transparent, they knew that you were transferring. So what was that like?
It was I think I'll be I remember it so vividly my first day because I remember I was wrapping up I was very honest. Like me and my manager, we were honest with GMA. Now we were gonna go.
Ikaw pa ba, Jake? You don't BS anyone.
Yeah, but the funny thing is my last day in GMA was literally my last day in GMA. I was taping till it was the finale, last taping day of Mahika. It was maybe 4:30 in the morning in Fantasy World in Batangas. And I had a 7 a.m. call time for my first taping in ABS-CBN at the airport in Naiya. So I go there, walang tulog, definitely not fresh, still coming from taping. And then I remember this. I remember this, and you can even ask Direct Jerome. I remember this. He said, we were on our way out. I didn't have a driver, didn't have a PA. It was all me. Right? And we're on my way. I was on my way out of the airport, and I swear, I didn't even have enough money to pay for parking. Talaga that day. Kasi diretso na. I didn't have time to withdraw or prepare for the first day of taping. And I remember Direct Jerome was the one who paid for my parking.
Galing.
Jerome Pobo.
Memorable first day. And ako naman, parang it feels like ang dami mong natutunan in the process. So, you burn bridges, and it was a good talk with GMA, and then you transferred to CBS. Like, you were given choice roles. And you didn't choose na kahit na kontrabida ka, di ba? Kahit character roles yung binigay sa'yo nung start.
No.
How did you feel about it?
Me, it was it was the first time I had done a kontrabida role was with Jericho Rosales in Green Rose. And I remember that first, obviously, it was definitely a transitional or a pivotal moment in my career. Kasi at that, if I remember correctly, at that time I was promised my own show, parang lead. Diba? And then all of a sudden, management decided na we want him to be Jericho's kontrabida. So at first, syempre, as a young actor, you have this path for yourself.
Yes.
Diba? Na parang you think na you're in this trajectory, diba? To be a leading man or whatnot.
Yes.
So it changed. Parang all of a sudden, I accepted it because the good soldier that I was.
Lagi.
Everything was a blessing. everything was a big break when I came there. I said every project was like, wow, I'm lead, wow, I'm contributor, everything. I appreciated everything. Talaga, I really did. But then I told myself na kung magkukontribida ako, I was in a position where people at that time were used to seeing me as lead in ABS. But I'm in a position where I'm the contribida, but I'm also carrying premium to the show. So that's that's what I had with me. So I owned it. I told myself I'm gonna own this role. Everyone didn't want to, my contemporary don't want to touch being a bad guy or being a contribida. I'm gonna own it. This is gonna be mine. Parang ganon. That's what I told myself.
It takes a lot of humility to do that, di ba? Parang self-awareness, no? You have to look for
a lot of self-belief, Sir Noel, self-belief. Kasi, syempre, whilst you're trying to own this contributor role, the voice is, from you. You have to really be confident then as an actor, diba? Na parang, this is my job, diba? This is what I'm doing. But if you're listening to the voices, if you're listening to people commenting, you can't be soft towards that. Kasi syempre, you can never come into the scene and try to solicit sympathy. I don't like that. If I'm bad, I'm bad. Diba? If I'm bad, I'm bad. Parang ganun.
It's a good learning, no? Parang when you get into the scene, you're decided already to make full use of that, no? Hindi pwedeng...
I'm pushing the scene forward. That's what I tell myself. I'm pushing the scene forward.
Correct. Hindi dati, di ba? Kasi parang effect ng or product ng competition. Di ba? Yung ano dati. But now, it's really more of trying to get to what you are, what you represent, and what you stand for. So when you embrace that, mas maraming trabaho, Jake, di ba?
Exactly. Tsaka parang, like, the thing, parang, so Noel, parang, what I realized, like, with me in my journey, diba, parang, this industry, it's ran with relationships. That's why I never burnt bridges. Diba? Kasi, magkikita-kita din tayo sa finals. We're gonna work one way, shape, or form. We'll work with each other. And then, like, syempre, like, for me, when I play the contributor role, that's also why a lot of, like, my contemporary love to work with me. Diba? Like Coco or Gerald or Jericho or right now
give it
Richard,
to them, diba?
Because they know na I'm not trying to take anything from them. I'm trying to contribute more. To give more to them, to bring out their best also. Parang ganun. Yeah. So it's never a competition for me. It's not an acting competition. Yeah.
And it's really a competition for excellence. For your sarili mo, di ba?
I'm in competition with myself. With the last project I did. I have to top that. Parang ganun. Yeah.
Always. And
always.
Well, the third description I had of you is brave. You're really brave in taking on roles, Jake.
Thank you.
Saan yun? Parang
I think,
wala ka bang parang iniisip na baka magulat ang audience ko diyan, baka maiba.
Gusto ko nagugulat sila eh. I get satisfaction in shocking them in creating buzz or like creating buzz or like creating like an impact, diba? So that's why for me, I'm always on the lookout also for those roles that no one wants to touch or they're afraid to touch. Like I have a bunch of projects coming out right now, diba, like with me and Isa, I'm a leading man in K-Love.
Yes.
I'm a contribida in this serie. And then, but I told myself, I said, in this pandemic, diba, it's almost 3 years since the pandemic. I told myself that I wanted to wash away all entitlement. I wanted to reintroduce myself this year to my audience. And I'm gonna finish this year with a BL movie with Direct Joel Amangan that I'm so proud of.
Yun na nga, Jake.
Ganito, I'm so proud of.
Meron kaming thread. We have the Pep Troika, right, for Pep. And then, so, their items started with Sian de Guzman, but I know, medyo
Sean de Guzman. Okay.
Sean de Guzman yung item. But no, it was you that I talked about. So sabi kong ganun, grabe itong mas I'd look for because they were harping about Shandy Guzman's best actor for a role that he did.
He was very good in the movie, Sir Noel. Like all praises then for Sean.
Ito lang sabi ko, but look at Jake. Now he's doing a BL movie, yung My Father, Myself. Later we'll talk about it. And then meron siyang yun, K-Love with Isa Calzado. Then there's a movie pa yata you finish, di ba? Meron Katlea yun. There's another one, Katlea Killer. And then there's another So Coming. Parang sabi ko, wow, Parang, sino nakakagawa niyan in 1 year? Di ba? Parang,
Yeah,
ako yata yung panggulat
I
ko.
told myself I was really in a mission this year, so Noel. I really wanted to showcase my whole skill set this year. Parang without saying so much, parang I just wanted everything to be released. I wanted to, diba, one way, shape, or form nga, I wanted people to see my whole skill set this year. Like this is my skill set as an actor. Like I have no limitations, and I'm just about the characters right now. Parang ganun.
At yayakapin ka lang namin ni Iza pag nakita tayo kasi, my God, in spite all these things, he has time for theater.
Yeah.
Jake, nakita ko pa, merong isang post ka talking about your upcoming theater project. So, parang why the need to go theater, to do theater? I've been asking my actors, even Iza has a theater thing already.
Yeah, she did a lab fest. She did a monologue, I think.
Yes. So sabi ko gano'n, parang iba
Yeah.
yung nabibigay ng teatro di ba?
Iba I this is what I tell the aspiring actors talaga. I really tell them, get into it now. Kasi it will open up a whole world for you. And then,
Habang nakaka-memorya ka pa, di ba?
Exactly. Hindi, sa akin, parang what I tell myself, if I'm able to do a whole play na walang labasan, two-header lang kami, I can certainly do this 5-minute sequence in this movie. But it gives you that confidence, diba?
That's true.
And also, it's important kasi rin to like I stress this a lot now with aspiring actors. It's important. Like the thing with theater is you really shake off every reluctancy of your body. Hindi ka na nahihiya to do anything, and you're open to be molded, to be turned into something, diba? And the discipline, like, kasi for me, I know, so Noel, obviously, just recently, I came out of a breakup, diba? But for me, I knew that what I needed in my life, I needed to do a play. Because I needed structure in my life. I need to do something every single day, be around people. I mean, be in a place where I'm allowed to be an actor. Now we can talk about acting all day, no one's gonna judge me. I can cry abruptly and there's no judgment here. I can get mad and be angstful about something, and we're encouraged to do that in theater. So I needed that in my life. And what I did was, usually, diba, I mean, you know me naman, Sir Noel, my past. I'm known to be sociable and go out and do that. But I told myself this time in my life, with this pain, I don't want to self-destruct. I wanted to construct with it. And that's what I did.
Diba? And now you're creating a lot. So when is the play due? Is it due this year also?
No, well, we did.
You're preparing for next year.
Yeah, we're talking about doing a full production of the reading we just did, the one I've been posting. But come February, I am doing a play with Sandbox and Nine Works. So that's my plan in February. Yeah.
Okay. At doing a play is really not about just you, no? Because it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. It's not about money. It's really not about money. It's therapeutic.
No, definitely not. It's not about money.
It's therapeutic.
No, but that's the ano rin eh. I had this conversation I had this conversation with Iza right before she left for Europe. I told her that we just came from of course we came from a high-paying job, which is K-Love, diba? Daming taping, get paid a lot. But for me, when I went back to when I did the play, I said it's the same satisfaction in terms of like artistic satisfaction. It's the same for me, or even more, because I'm definitely not doing this for money. Diba? You're in a position, but I'm giving my best, or even more than my best. Yeah,
that's true.
So that's and for me, and yeah.
It's a practice
Go ahead,
of selflessness. It's a practice of selflessness talaga.
Yes.
That's the whole essence of being an actor too, di ba? At this point. Parang you're presenting yourself, bahala kayo kung how you'll take it, but you get instant reaction.
Yeah, and for me, sabi ko rin, Sir Noel, for me kasi parang I also take satisfaction in knowing that I can do this anywhere. Like this talent that God blessed me with, this acting, this craft. That's what I love about theater, is also this confirmation to myself. Now I can do this live. I can do this anywhere. Just give me the give me a paper, give me a platform, and we can do this. Parang
Nakakabilib, Jake. Question, well, corollary to that, is that the reason why you're not too keen on sharing yourself in social media also?
I'm trying not to be so stubborn about it now because I'm trying not to be so close-minded about it because obviously we have to adjust with the times. And for me rin naman, I realize na if I continuously grow my platform in social media, it's also what I love to post about is also work. Parang may scenes or like play or even like it feels good also when you do theater. Like let's say that reading we did. I mean, the capacity was just 30 people. But when I do post about it in social media, there's over 100,000 people who watch that scene. So it gives me satisfaction na nakikita yung trabaho ko. They can see my work.
Maraming tao. But well, at least you're in social media for the right reasons. It's not about vanity.
No, I'm done. Like medyo, I'm not about that.
Yes. So klaro yon. Because ngayon parang everyone would like to have a vlog. Everyone would like to account to what's happening in their life from the time they wake up in the morning to matulog sa gabi. You're done with that. You're done with that.
Well, I'm dabbling with vlogging, but it's more still like aligned to like I've actually shot na. I haven't launched my YouTube channel yet, but I've made one. But
very good.
My content is more like I would have a podcast. Like let's say I have an episode with Gian Magdangal, and it's about crossover. Like me being a film and TV actor, crossover to theater. Siya naman as a theater actor.
Kala ko singer.
Then, Hindi pa.
Yun na lang. Hindi pa. So pwede.
Hindi pa. Pag-aaralan din yan.
Galing nun Pag-skill, di ba? Pag-skill, pwede mong aralin. And yun, you never stop learning.
It's my dream. It's also my dream to do a musical talaga. That's also my dream.
Really?
So, I want to do one.
Game, Jay.
But I don't like. But again, I right now I'm just like kunyari, like right now. I know naman na I'm still a bit far from that. But as early as now, I'm already doing voice lessons with my acting coach. Parang nag-voice lessons na kami because I want to be able to do everything. Talaga.
Totoo yan. Pa-reserve. Mamaya sasabihin ko kung anong material. Kasi I handle Joanna Ampil and she's doing Saigon as engineer, di ba?
Yeah. I saw you post about it.
And when she comes back, sabi namin, let's do something Filipino or let's do something original. Ang problema lang, alam mo, kukonti leading men.
I'm here.
At yun na nga. The excitement bigla. Mamaya.
I'm so game.
We'll talk about it.
Sabi ko, this last play we did, you know what was amazing about it? Kasi we did it in Taong Bayan in Hiner.
Yeah.
And what we want is that what me and Jojit and Sinatopper, we all talk. What we want is just to create a space na, aspiring actors can come in and they can be inspired seeing actors being actors.
Yeah.
Diba? So that's what we want. That's what Jojit and all of us who go to Hiner want for Hiner. We want it to be a venue where you can be an actor and we're gonna do scenes here and we're gonna act today and we're gonna do things. Parang ganyan.
At yun yung hinga mo, di ba? Yun yung people will say, relax. Pahinga ka naman. Yun yung hinga.
That's my relax. That's me rejuvenating myself. True. That's me rejuvenating myself.
That's true. Let's go for more learnings now. Na-excite tuloy ako. Let's go for more learnings. Jake, we want to know your happiest moment in this industry and what you learned from it.
Wow. Happiest moment in the industry. I would say, in the top of my mind, I have to say also, it's also winning your first award is so memorable. Diba? Parang,
where was this?
Finally, we got it. Parang
the validation, no? Where was this?
It was more of a relief. Diba? Parang, diba? We finally bring it home. Parang gano'n. But
true.
that for me is definitely like, that was a culminating moment for me. It was definitely a very special moment for me, and I was just very happy because I won my first award with Olive Lamasan, Agamulak, and Angel Oxin. We were a family in that.
In the name of
we
love.
all won.
Yeah.
And we all won, so it felt even more special.
Very good, Inang. So pero after that, kita mo, no, parang you're not working for awards anymore. Parang byproduct of yun. You wanna be better at your craft.
You can't like if you're in a scene and you're thinking about awards, that's all wrong. You're in mid scene and you're thinking about the awards, it's wrong. I tell the kids all the time, you gotta be present. You wish for those things before you go to bed, but when you're in the set, iniwan mo na sa bahay lahat yan.
No, Jake. Remember when you watch projects, films or teleserye, sabi mo, siya nanghihingi ng award. Di ba? Alam ng tao yun. Parang, the nuances and the subtle moments are the ones na hindi papalakpakan. They're not the bravura moments. You, as an actors, you look for consistency already.
Yeah, it's parang, diba, parang when you're younger, you want to prove, diba? Parang you want to show and prove and make an impact. But now, when you're getting older, it's more about the subtlety, the nuances, the units, the smaller the better, diba? And then dissecting it, like really dissecting it. So doon na kami nagtutugma ni Isa now Parang, now that we're getting more mature, your craft evolves also. Parang nag-evolve ka din as an actor.
And you don't want to repeat yourself. Kunyari kontrabida ka pero ibang klase naman, and you would really parang crack the heads of the writers to say, ibang kontrabida naman.
Sabi nga sa Noel, like for me parang for me, especially with the last show I did, yung viral scandal, when they really transformed me into a mayor na mas matanda na ako and everything. Now when I'm in the makeup chair, when I'm in the makeup chair, I'm not anymore na make me look good. I'm more like, let's transform. How do we transform this into the character? Paano? So I have also a team with me na I kind of ask for when we do the look test, when we template these projects. So it's important also to have like people around you who are just as passionate, as passionate in their field. The makeup artist is just as passionate as you are. The wardrobe is just as passionate as you are.
That's true, and not someone who just feed you with ego boosting words.
Yes, people.
You'd rather get the truth.
Don't like that. Yeah,
that's true.
Saka rin ako sa Noel, parang I'm the type kasi na I'm not so comfortable being babied all the time. Like I don't like people. I start to question. Parang is this real? Like everything's so easy and perfect. Parang so if it's I don't like being babied too much. Yeah.
Ang galing. Kasi ang daming lessons tuloy kasi yun nga ang dami pag bata ka pasabog, puro pasabog yung pinag-uusapan. But when you mature as an artist, hindi na pasabog yan. It's really paano nararamdaman. And it's not everything's externalized.
No way.
Sa loob yun.
Yeah. And plus like the more you're comfortable rin kasi with your instrument, you realize that it doesn't take a lot to fully express, diba? It doesn't take a big demonstrative performance to express fully. Yeah.
That's true. Now, saddest moment naman, Jake, in this industry.
Wow. Saddest moment. I think.
And what did it teach you?
I mean, in the industry, I would say.
Hindi na kasama yung breakups.
Okay, I was just about to say that. But
wag na.
You know, just recently I had a very sad moment when Miss Cherie passed away. And that was a very sad moment for me. Kasi,
why?
So naman kasi si Miss Cherie, of course, like, diba, in the industry, we have a lot of mentors who guide us, diba, who tell us. But Miss Cherie kasi, I really learned the most from her. Kasi rather than telling me what to do, A, B, and C.
It's to show you, no?
She showed me, and she told me to go to school. Sabi niya, you're that passionate, you really love acting, do theater. Sabi niya, do theater, put your money where your mouth is and do theater. Sabi ko, okay. I just followed everything she said. Then she told me, if you really want to get better, then go to an acting school in New York, in East Strasbourg. Sabi ko, she was the one who told me to do all of those things. And I just followed their advice talaga.
Ang galing,
that's
no?
Miss Cherie. Yeah,
and how one actor can touch her.
When she played my mom kasi.
Yung galing. And how one actor can touch your heart, no? Parang ganun yung legacy work for the young actors also.
Yeah, and I related to her the most Kasi diba parang everyone of course knew her as a kontrabida, intense. But then when you get to know Miss Cherie talaga, there's so much more. It's so much more than that. Diba? That's just the persona she was letting out. But when you really know her, get to know her, she's such an intelligent and beautiful person talaga. And I really like today when I think about it, I do miss her. I miss her.
Ako rin, and very grounded. And she will
Super.
tell you things as they are. That's Sharif for you, no?
She's
Diretso.
honest, diba? She's honest. Yeah.
Yun yung kulang sa atin sa industriya, honest
Exactly.
at matapang. Di ba?
Sabihin nyo na lang. Diba? Minsan ganun.
Oo, kasi there are people who can face the truth. So bigay niyo yung
Yeah.
totoo. Tapos then we can
Or-
handle the truth.
Or there are people who take satisfaction in being accountable. Like for me, if I'm wrong, I like to take
Very
accountability.
good. Ang galing, galing. So it's that. And how important is studying still? I want to underscore that as our audience, our students, and people in the university.
Yeah.
Parang di ba ang halaga, napakahalaga talaga that you study your craft.
Yeah. No, the thing is like I don't know how you can dream of being the best at your field without studying your craft. I just
That's
don't.
true.
I don't like you. So you were just born with the talent. Parang ganun. Like for me, parang. And the thing is, like, if you love your craft, you will naturally study. Kasi parang you want to learn, you want to get better, you wanna do something new, bring something new to the table, like contribute.
Ang galing, no? Parang
Diba?
hindi ka dadagdag.
Yeah, and plus, like, of course, Sir Noel, like for me with acting school, it's different. The big eye opener there for me was, of course, I've been an actor here for a long time. Diba? People know me. You get certain benefits, diba? By doing this for a long time. People respect you, treat you well.
Yeah.
But when you go to school and then you're there with great actors or actors from different countries, and they don't know who you are. They don't know who you are. They don't know if you're good or if you're bad. But you have to prove yourself to these people, this class, diba? And to me, that was so. That was so grounding for me. And then, parang when I came back here, it's almost like binanlawan ko lahat ng kaartehan ng showbiz, and I'm more just about the craft na talaga.
Very good. And also, di ba, the grounding you're telling me about, and parang yung wanting to looking at the world as a bigger stage. Di ba? Parang mo lang dun sa studies. And then another thing about learning, parang yes, you can break things, but you cannot break things unless you know the rules.
Exactly.
Di ba? That's something school teaches you.
Yes, that's what I say sometimes. Like I went to a method acting school. Of course, like a lot of people try to do method acting. But the thing is, like, you can try to do method acting, but if you don't know what it is, it's just a tremendous waste of time. Talaga. It's consuming, and it might ruin your life if you don't know how to use it properly, to be honest. For me, acting school really, it teaches you these tools with responsibility then talaga. Like you get to know how to use it and when to use it. Yun eh.
Very good. Kasi yun nga, parang a lot of actors now are lured with the fact that, okay, I'm breaking the rules, pero wala, pero hindi talaga. It gives you the whole picture. Yun nga eh. Now, I guess you're more the big picture guy. Kung dati, you see your reality lang, no? Pero now, how do I play in terms of the other? Di ba parang ganun? It's so selfless also. Ang galing. I appreciate that. Next,
thank you.
When did you feel competitive? Well, kasi bilang sportsman, di ba? Competitive na talaga, no? Parang, and here in the Philippines, iba rin yung competition. Parang ini-instill sa inyo yung competition that show business is for the young. Palagi sinasabi yan sa atin, no? Basta may bata, mas mura, di ba ganyan? Mas mura, bago, sila yung kukunin vis-a-vis those people are established. What's your take on that?
I've known that for a long time eh. So alam ko na parang the easiest, di ba, if one actor becomes difficult, the easiest thing is to get the new guy who's cheaper, susunod sa lahat ng gusto. But the thing is that's why we study. That's why we do our best. Kasi we do our best.
May added value, no?
Yeah. Now, like, diba, parang for me, I know, at least like for me, my preparation, homework, studying, taking on books, or like building this character the way that I do it, it's what gives me confidence. Like, I'm confident. Like when I get to the set, oh, okay, if they're trying to make us compete, I'm not doing that. Like I'm
Very
competing with
good.
myself.
Very good.
Kasi
Yeah.
if I start thinking that I'm competing with that other actor, then this is gonna be just like every other show that
Sira
everyone
na
is
yung
seeing, any
project.
other
Correct.
series.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah, sira na. I like
True.
for me, Sir Noel, like a lot of the actors that I've worked with recently, they all know na pag ako katrabaho nila, or at least if you're part of my story in the project, I like it very collaborative. Like walang iwanan. Like everyone, we're all in this
Galing.
together. Everyone's
Galing.
playing a role here, and we need to do our jobs, di ba? Parang ganun.
Galing.
Yeah.
So,
So
na-invite
they
mo
know
na rin
that.
Kuya
Like,
Jake. Kuya Jake ka na. Sa mga batang
yeah, I guess. I could be that. But the thing is, but to be honest, yun din yung masarap to collaborate with other actors of your caliber as well. Eh.
That's
Other actors who
true.
are, been doing it for a long time too. Like, let's say, when I
Kanino
work
ka
with people
na-challenge?
like
Kanino ka
Paolo
pinaka
Paraiso,
na-challenge? Paolo Paraiso, okay? Kanino ka
I mean,
na-challenge talaga?
na-challenge. Recently, it wasn't a challenge, but we walked away with the scene na parehas kaming sobrang saya. We were very happy. We hugged and we were parang, I had a moment and he was my idol kasi we had a moment na, siguro sa amin na lang yung pinag-usapan namin noon, but we had a very, Christopher De Leon is one of my biggest idols. Talaga.
I love him.
really do
I
look up
love
to
him.
Christopher De Leon. I love him. I love it. So, yeah. So
I'm doing
it's
his
hard,
book.
Yeah, he has a book. Did you see his new book? He wrote a book.
Yeah. We're trying to finish one. Well, yes.
Yeah,
Parang
he was
ako, in the works, parang, well, he is one actor na ang daming pinagdaanan, but he's just, less words, no? Parang Sheridan yan eh. Hindi masyadong masalita, but he will make you feel or put you in your place also.
Yeah. But si Tito Boyet, sabi ko, maganda kasi rin yung so naman maganda yung atmosphere ng Katleya Killer. Everyone was really like, we were all very synergized, and we were all very like, we're all in this together, we're doing this together. Then with Tito Boyet, for me, when that last scene we did, it was so fulfilling. Yun naman yung masasabi ko na afterwards we were so satisfied and fulfilled, but not a lot of questions, diba? Now we just hugged each other.
You learn from the best.
Yeah, exactly.
You learn from the best. Galing.
That's what he said to me. Kinilig ako. Parang sinabi niya, parang sabi, I give my best when I'm working with people who give their best. Yun yung sabi niya sa akin. Kinilig ako doon. Kasi to me, I was like, wow. Diba, that's Christopher De Leon right there. That just told me he just gave his best because he's working with a person who's giving his best. So that meant the world to me.
Galing. May mga ganyang tao na tipo just inspires yun. It challenges you to be better also. Tsaka maging mabait. Actors also.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who among the young actors na nakatrabaho mo yung, of course, Arjo, you'd say Arjo kasi he has really, di ba, nag-strive din yan hard, no?
Yeah.
So kanino kayong pitipong okay ma-mentor to?
Ma-mentor with the younger ones or with my
contemporary ko yung contemporary mo muna.
So with my contemporary, of course, like I'm biased to my friends. Like I'm a big fan of Paolo Avellino. He's my best friend.
Okay.
Of course, Arjo, Coco, diba? But of course, but for like people my age, my contemporary, one that I really, really am a fan of, and we started together. But Sid Lucero is for me like one of the best ones.
Yes.
I love him, and I want to work with him.
You can teach them how to communicate and express themselves freely. Kasi yun yating edge mo, Jake. Yun of the people you mentioned. But Sid is different. Kasi I see the artistry there also, the intensity is there.
Yeah.
Tutulungan mo lang siguro siya sa disiplina rin. Pero talagang ibang klase rin yung intense, ang lalim kaya ng artistang yan.
Jericho also, like for me, diba, Jericho. But for the younger ones, the one that I really...
I wanna know, sino yung gusto mong maging mentor ka?
I was really impressed. I was impressed with Sean talaga. This last movie, the movie that we did, My Father, I was impressed with him. But there's one that there's one that I really want to work with the younger ones. He has, I'm sorry, I just forgot his name right now, but he's doing a soap with Aga Mulak. sa Channel 5.
Si Elijah.
The lead.
Elijah. Kanla.
Yeah, Elijah Canlas.
Very good. Philippine School for the Arts. Aral din.
I like him.
But has a
talaga.
discipline too. Yes, and brave like you too,
Yeah.
no? Yeah,
Yeah.
totoo yun.
Yeah.
Next one. When did you feel embarrassed? Was there any I always ask actors this, and then
Wow.
nakakatawa yung may mga embarrassing moments, and then it taught them something. Ano yung
Super.
embarrassing moment mo in this industry, and then ano
Wow.
yung natutunan mo?
I think
Normal yung
had a
lowest
few,
lines,
especially when I was
You're
I've had a few, like when I was younger, syempre, you just say yes to everything they make you do, diba? Just, yes. Diba? You're thinking they know it better, diba, than you do. So I remember before I would just say yes to everything that make me do, and it was very embarrassing because I wasn't really a dancer or a singer, or I was literally just a model. And then all of a sudden we're dancing, but yeah, if for anything, I still charge those experiences to something, because like I said,
That's true.
to dance in the stage of ASAP, to do mall shows, in a way, it prepared me to do theater. It got me over stage fright. Like I wasn't like when I did my first play, it's not anything new. Like I'm used to this. Na may audience ka.
I remember.
So it makes sense. It still makes sense.
I wasn't in ASAP anymore. You were the ones who started ASAP. Then, you were in the group also, like the hunks.
Cover
diba?
boys.
Pero parang,
Hey, we traveled the world. We toured the world. Talaga.
it
I'll never
served the
forget that
purpose. It served the purpose. Di ba, at least? Tama ka nun. Well, it prepared you for theater.
I think it did. I think parang
Big actions, playing to the audience.
yeah, and and also like the stuff that they were making us do, diba? Like, you know, you have to be confident when you're doing these things. Yung
That's
ASAP.
true.
So parang it taught me that feeling. It taught me to rather when you feel nerves, rather than hide, and diba, that's the usual cases to hide. It taught me to jump at it, to attack it. Diba? Na if you're feeling the nerves, jump in. Parang gano'n.
Galing. And do well pa rin, no?
That's what ASAP and mall shows at least taught me.
Yeah nga.
Yeah.
And do well pa rin despite that.
Yeah.
But, galing. Parang, for some people, cringe moment nila yon. Pero at least
I
may
know.
natutunan at saka may wisdom that comes out of it. No.
It served its purpose.
Next.
Talaga.
Was there ever a point when you felt frightened about where your career is leading to?
Of course. I think everyone in ABS felt that when they shut down the network. To be honest with you, I think I think all of us. I mean, well, it wasn't so bad the first year, but the second year when still nothing was going on, then you start to ask questions. Diba? Saan na papunta to? What am I gonna do? Yeah. So. And that was the type of thing where, of course, like some of us, our hands were tied because I have a contract with ABS-CBN. I have an exclusive contract, so I had to wait it out with them, diba? So yeah, that was definitely an uncertain time.
Very uncertain, but somehow, diba? Parang it's honoring commitments. Yun isa siguro yung lesson doon when during uncertainty. And second, the faith that your artistry will bring you somewhere. Diba?
Yeah. No, I knew naman, like that was the feeling naman you know, in the darkest times where you start to really doubt what's gonna happen to you in your career.
True.
I just knew na given a break, given an opportunity, I can do something with it. We're just waiting for it now. But ultimately, that situation is also what pushes me now to just keep working, keep trying. I want to be a writer. I want to be a director. I don't want to have idle time. Parang ganun. That's what the pandemic taught me. Na parang, I don't want to sit down and wait for a phone call anymore. I want to go out there and get it. Diba? Parang ganun.
Galing.
Yeah.
Well, can you say that because yun nga, parang at this point, parang nandun ka sa point na mag-create ulit because, well, kung hindi ka raw lucky dun sa love life, lucky ka dun sa career. Yes. Parang yun yung sinasabi ng mga tao. And now you have more time to focus. Jake, ito nga, parang you've been so blessed with it? Or is it deliberate na dapat talaga it's something that you would you would equip yourself with, or at least have yourself with, to determine your self-worth.
Yeah. No, well, I think Sir Noel, in a way, when I'm in a relationship, or when I'm, with someone, I make time for them.
And you're
Diba? Like,
intense. You're really
yeah.
so intense.
I am. I am. But I make it a point to make time for them. Eh. So parang, this is just really what it looks like when I don't say no to anything.
That's
Like,
true.
this is what it looks like pag wala akong hinihindihan. Parang ganon.
Galing, galing.
But really, if you want the relationship to work, you need to make time. Diba? You need to give that person time. Diba?
Okay, well, sunod lang. Most sentimental part in the industry. When did you get very, very sentimental?
Well, anything, for me, what I work the hardest for now is to like these dreams, these moments that I try to visualize now. I want my mom to be there with me. Kasi my mom has suffered with me. My mom has endured with me. My mom has loved with me. My mom has celebrated with me. So now, now at this phase, this point in my life, parang all these bigger milestones that are gonna come, I want my mom there beside me. Talaga. That's a point. Like, my mom can't be there without me anymore. Yeah. Like, all these years I've been dreaming that the person that I love is here, but then I realized just, this past few months na, here's I was dreaming of that person that I love sitting beside me, achieving these things. It should be my mom that's there. My mom is the one who should be there with me.
You know why?
It took a lot of it's been a process of thinking, parang this past few months, but that's what I really realized with my mom. Sabi ko, here's my mom who never gave up on me. Here's my mom who's always believed in me and who's always been there, celebrated with me, suffered, cried with me. And, this in the future now, for the things that are to come, I want my mom there with me, beside me talaga.
Galing. You know what? That's my measure of a good person eh. Ang measurement ng mabait na tao, mabuting tao, yung taong mabuti sa magulang, lalo na sa nanay.
Thank you.
Yun talaga yun. Yun talaga. Parang everything will make sense because you're a good son. Or you were good to those people who created you. Yun lang talaga. And next,
sabi ko nga, when people say, when I'm in the middle of an issue and they say na, when some people say, when I'm in the middle of an issue and they say, we don't believe it kasi your heart's in the right place. I always just say it's because that's how my parents raised me. Talaga.
That's good. Galing. When did you feel most loved in this industry?
Feel most loved. I'll say now talaga when I'm with my family. I feel most safe and most loved when I'm with my family.
Totoo yun.
Yeah. And that's real, that's real love with no personal interest.
That's
you know what
true.
I mean?
True. And then kaya maganda yung grounding, di ba? Those people who will tell you what is and what's really the reality vis-a-vis the imagined things that will give you ego, that will broaden pa your ego. And there are friends really who have become family too. Then now, when we were younger, it'd say yes to everything. And now, we are defined by the things and people we say no to. Kaya yun, clear tayo kung sino yung kasama natin pagtanda. Yun.
Exactly.
So, at least, well, moving on, I'd like to ask you certain things about this industry. The star system, Paolo. With, Jake, the star system, has it diminished or nawala ba yan because of the pandemic?
Star system?
There are no stars now. Parang wala na ngayon yung intensity, di ba? Parang
parang I sabi ko nga, there's a renaissance of all these social media personalities coming out now. Yeah, there's a renaissance. But I also feel like kasi rin we weren't able to give now these new projects. I mean, you can see naman from both networks and the movies that are coming out na ito na yun eh. This is really, it's not a pandemic project anymore. The projects that are coming out now.
Yes.
So now the audiences are just about to see this new wave of projects from the industry.
Good.
Na I can say na at least for Katlea Killer and K-Love, it's really two notches above what we were doing before. So,
very
diba, they're just about to feel it now and next year. Yung bagong wave ng Filipino projects, diba, na iba-ibang genre na.
Na hindi na star, kundi
hindi na.
It's the material that will drive you to. Kaya ang ganda nga mo, not that you want to study how to write, you study how to direct, because eventually you can create the characters you will play.
Also, it's difficult to attack these. It's also difficult to attack these new projects and roles as a celebrity. Kasi parang tama nga, like the projects that they're offering now, Katleya Killer, or like, you know, like My Father, Myself, or like this new soap that we're doing. It's so different from before.
That's true.
Like now I tell myself, wow, thank God I went to school, because now I can really play with these things.
Yes.
Had I been less experienced, I would have a harder time to challenge myself creatively.
Next, how are you affected by the inflation now as artistas?
Well, I think I've already kind of managed, like definitely a lot of us have had to tighten our belts, made sacrifices, diba? And if you had a very expensive lifestyle, you would have sold a lot of things in the pandemic. But ako naman, I was able to, my mom was able to, you know, help me allocate expenses.
Galing.
Tighten our belts.
Galing.
And just, kasi the thing is, kasi if you want to continuously do, if you want to continuously do quality projects, we have to save. Kasi if you don't have money, then we just have to accept everything that's there. Diba? But then if you have money saved, maybe we can say no to this, say yes to the better one later on.
And then probably produce your own. You see yourself doing that eventually.
Well, right now I'm focused towards studying with Direct Irene writing and being a filmmaker.
Okay.
But eventually, kasi
diba? Yeah.
My thing is, diba, like, the best thing naman with writing, you don't need a lot of funding to be a writer. You just need a paper and pen, and you need your imagination to create a story. But to be a filmmaker, sometimes, of course, there's a lot of things that you need. Diba? You need funding. You need a financial. And till I'm a competent director, I don't want to ask for money from anyone else. Kasi I don't want to waste anyone's money. Diba? I want to be a good director first.
Galing. And a good storyteller. Diba? At least you know where you're coming from. No? Next, what do you think will bring the people back to the cinema? Yun yung problema natin. Diba? Kasi everyone's so allured to the streaming sites already. Given mahal din naman kasi magsine ngayon.
Well, I think they were very much used to going out already, and we're all very comfortable going outside and socializing, and it's gonna be hard to change that, diba? Because people are still reluctant to go to the malls. People are still kind of reluctant. But I also think that the movies need also the next wave of films really do need to step it up. Kasi the streaming, like the series now are starting to look like movies na rin eh. Diba? Yung mga series like ABS are starting to look like movies. So what makes a movie special? It has to be better than that. Diba?
So eventually parang you up your ante also, the quality, diba? It has to be that. And I think mostly event movies, diba yung gagawin? Diba parang for people to be lured, there should be added value.
Parang you have to reel them in. You can't like, diba, be so like charge them too much an eye and an elbow to go in to watch a movie. So we should be inviting them to come in, diba?
Ano kaya, Jake? Anong klaseng project will bring them back to the movies?
Kasi now, I think
wala yung formula, diba? If you like serve them the same things, mukhang tumaas yung standards din ng mga tao kasi
that's the thing with that's the thing with what happened to us in the pandemic. Now people can really compare because they were able to watch all these K-dramas, able to watch all these good materials, diba? Whilst we were down. So now, but that's what I feel naman then with these, at least the last few projects that I did with ABS. There is that like you can feel that everyone's trying to step it up. You can feel that everyone's trying to make it a better product, more premium.
Yes. Galing. Next, mga sana, since we're winding up, ano yung sana mo for yourself? Well, things that you'd want to achieve, ano pa you hope to
Ako, for me, my job, my dream right now, sana for me, what I want is when I become a director, I want to be able to give people I believe in and people, my friends, a job. Like I want to be able to hire my friends. I want to be able to hire people I want to work with, and I want to be able to, to build a team, to build an ecosystem na, diba, to build a whole set with people who are just as passionate as I am. Parang ganon. That's what I want. Yeah.
Yes.
Diba? People who can see the bigger
work.
picture. Yeah,
Correct.
who can understand the bigger picture.
Legacy work na tayo talaga. No, Jake. Next, about our community naman. Our entertainment, our film community, the artistic community. Ano ba yung mo dito sa artistic? I think some of them, yung mga items during the pandemic, yung workload at saka working hours na solved somehow, di ba? Yeah. Ano pa yung gusto mong makita?
Yeah, in fairness. I think what I want is I want the industry to be more inclusive rather than exclusive. Why can't we just be more? Can't we all just work together?
No more network wars, no?
Or like, sige, let's do that with TV. But with movies, can't we gel? Can't we like, diba, parang be more... That's how we're gonna make people watch the movies. Because obviously, what they haven't seen is us all working together, diba? They haven't seen me work with Ding Dong Dantes. They haven't seen Piolo work with Dennis Trillo or work. You know what I mean? And I feel like
you're working with different directors, diba? Even directors, creative.
Even directors, yeah. I feel like we've already tried being exclusive, diba? We've tried that for so many years. I think what we should try, rather than be so exclusive, we should be more inclusive. Yung mas magsama-sama tayo.
That's true.
You can feel it now though with for sure I can feel it more with theater actors working in mainstream, because I've been working with like my friends. Like I worked with Gian, Rafa Reina, Brian, C. So that's one thing I'm very happy about. Na parang at least the industry, their theater is becoming part of mainstream show business na rin. At the very least, diba? Now you can feel that they're opening that at least for them. But what I want talaga nga is like the artists to be more inclusive rather than be so exclusive and we don't want to work with you and we don't want to work with that guy. And diba? Parang I wish we could just like work together, diba?
Inclusive and saying the truth, diba? Now saying and pushing the envelope for materials you'd want to do.
Yeah.
Diba? Yeah. And then because it's special, you're special. We have someone special here for you.
Oh,
in that room, yes.
Don't tell me it's Love Team.
Yes. You want to welcome her? Ayan na, she's there.
Okay.
And she just
Love
loves
Team?
you. Yeah, she's there, dog. Hey, you can unmute yourself. My friend.
Hey, Love.
Hi! I can see you.
Very good. Ayan, na yung dalawa.
Properly
Grabe, ang ganda mo ngayon, Love Team. You look amazing.
Sobra, no?
Ang fresh mo ngayon, sobra.
Sariling kisap yan, ha?
Hi!
Dati, magkano naman tayo, Cuenca, ha? Nag-makeup ako para sa'yo,
Ang
tapos...
fresh mo ngayon, sobrang fresh mo
No,
ngayon.
we were just talking about Ida.
Carbs.
Baka kailangan ko na rin mag-carbs.
It's called sugar and carbs.
Okay lang
You look
yan.
amazing.
Okay lang yan.
Thank you. You do
You
too.
look
What is up with
amazing.
this porn star mustache thing
I'm leaving
situation?
na
Okay lang yan. For a role.
Leaving for the role on Thursday. So this is it.
Aalisin papuntang Cebu na yan. But anyway.
What? You won't be at the premiere?
No, they're letting me go home for our promo in the premiere. Then I have to
Okay,
go
we
back.
talk about your
Oh,
project.
okay.
We talk
Alright.
about your project. Okay, K-Love is different. No, we were talking about it. No, parang it ups the ante daw of outputs, of entertainment outputs after the pandemic. This is no longer a pandemic project, di ba? Parang this is something of the mainstream. Something world class even. When we accepted this project, Isa, we knew we were working with the best people. No, di ba?
Oh, yeah.
Pero, so, how was it? Well, it just gelled. Tapos sabi natin, parang, okay, Lord, kayo na bahala kung sino magiging leading man ni Isa. And it had to be Jake. Nasabi,
Of course.
ni Isa, thank you, buti na lang siya kasi, yun parang, he works hard, he delivers, at mabait pa siya. Yun sabi mo.
Oh,
So,
thank
And
you.
he's
How was it?
grateful. He's a very grateful person. You know, gratitude, it goes a long way. And this is about Jake. This episode is not about me. So let me just let me stroke his ego right now.
Yes.
Paano yung gold Rolex mapunta na sa akin. Ako inaabang
Oh.
ko lang.
And it helped. And you had him at the right time, ha? You had him at the time. He said it naman. Na coming from a breakup, di ba, grabe, vulnerable. O nga, coming from a breakup, ang dami na accomplished, di ba? The raw emotions were there. The drive to be artistic and to be excellent was there.
So Noel, Isa held my hand the whole way. She really did. She picked me up from the ground and carried me to the finish line. And
Hindi naman from
that's
the
what she
ground.
did for me. Okay, love. Yeah.
Buntis ako, so syempre emotional ako. So huwag mo ako paiyakin.
It's true though. It's so true. Diba? It's true.
Look,
I had
kinikwento
days.
niya sa akin.
I had days, Sir Noel, that it was hard, very difficult. But
No.
Isa was there. Isa was there for me. So for
Pero
me, I'm
kinikwento niya,
the one who's
Jake, na
thankful.
rin.
I'm the one who's so thankful for her. Yeah.
Yeah, we were all thankful, diba? Well, first of all, we're grateful because we were given work. I mean,
Yes.
as an actor, we're working actors.
Yes.
And
Ito po
not
ay
just
trabaho
work, no?
namin.
Ibang klaseng work kasi magandang work,
Oh,
di ba?
hindi, kaya
Yeah.
nga, pero number one, may trabaho po kami.
Yes.
Napaka- Thank you,
Yeah.
Lord.
Work.
Tapos gusto mo yung
Yeah.
material. Thank you, Lord. Diba?
Yeah.
Gusto mo yung katrabaho mo. Thank you, Lord. I mean, and you know, yung talagang ang dami mong pagpapasalamat araw-araw. And then, you know, when Jake was cast for this role, he literally saved our project. And you know what? You know
I
that.
know.
Ang ganda lang tayo.
I
But
know.
anyway, came at the perfect time, and we also came at a perfect time in his life, as he has
Yes.
just said, you know.
Yes.
And so I've worked with Jake from Encantadia to kahit
And your
Puso'y
first
Masugatan.
project in ABS, di ba? Yes.
Yeah. Kahit
APM.
Puso'y Masugatan. That's why we
Yeah.
call each other love team kasi
Team.
my first project in ABS, siya yung ka-love team ko, tsaka si Gabi, well, huwag na natin sabihin kuya. Gabi
Huwag na.
Concepcion, diba? Oo.
Okay.
Wala nang mga kasi huwag mo akong tawagin ate, sasampalin.
Kasi magka-love team kayo ngayon, no? Anyway.
Sabi ko,
kahit doon, love team.
tinitingnan kita ngayon, love team. Sabi ko, buntis ka ba talaga? Kasi ang sexy mo tingnan from what I'm
Ayan
looking
na.
at.
May
Ayan.
ikaw ha?
You're blooming.
Oo. Di ba nangyari yan
Blooming.
nangyari yan sa shoot dahil pinakawalan niyo siya. No, dahil pinakawalan niyo siya, nag-break,
Oo.
di ba, sa shoot, di
Magkakasama
ba?
pa tayo right before it happened. My
I
God.
So
know.
that's how your life will be, no? Parang nandun kayo in the most meaningful and the downest part, di ba? Parang ganoon. Nandun kayo dun sa mga parts na significant. Ang
Yeah.
galing.
So
So,
wait
ikaw,
lang. So
go.
anyway, so
Jake.
I have seen Jake's growth not only as an artist but as a human being, his evolution. And I think both ways naman. I hope
Nag-match
you also-
na raw.
Sana ako
Yeah.
din nag-evolve.
Of course, ikaw love team. Of course, you have talaga.
No,
We both
he spoke
have.
highly.
Diba?
He spoke highly of
We
you
both
during
have.
the process daw. Yun nga, so parang...
Puso ang ibinibigay talaga naman. Talagang ibibigay ni Cuenca sa'yo yung 150% niya. And the discipline that he has, you know, not just with working out, ang ano ko na lang talaga, yung pakainin siya ng tama. Kasi ito, hindi
bakit?
Yun lang.
kumakain.
Sometimes I
Alagang
forget to
bawal
eat.
yan sa akin, Noel.
Oo, correct. Nagbabaon siya ng sarili niyang pagkain, ha?
Hindi
Yeah.
ko talaga sabihin ko, love team, kumain ka na ba? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Sabihin ko kay Lornie, magluto
Good.
ng eggs tsaka avocado, ganyan.
My
Kasi-
fave.
Naku, baka umiyak yan kasi it's something the mom will do. Di ba? Parang gano'n eh. Grabe. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, Isa, yung measure ko of a good person, mabait sa magulang. At siya talaga...
Ay, kapatid, laging kausap ang nanay.
Yun na nga eh. Yun na nga sinasabi ko sa kanya.
Mahal na
Ibang
mahal. Ako talaga.
Mabuti
I
na
think
lang.
tumawag siya sa akin once. Sabi niya, Ma. Sabi ma. Sabi ko, dito love team. Ako na si Mami.
Sorry.
Kaya tumaas yung standards niya ng mamahalin, I guess. It's that, no? Parang somehow you'd want to be you'd want to be with someone you would feel yung love mo for the greatest woman that you have in your life. At sinabi na talaga yung love niya yun.
Yeah, I love my mom talaga. Like my mom for me she's my favorite person in the world. And like I said, through this experience, I said like all this time I was always dreaming of having that that love of my life be there with me for the biggest moments. Now I refuse to have that moment if my mom's not there. Like my mom has to be there with me beside me.
Ang ganda, Jake, now, Isa talked about you as a partner. Now, talk to her now as a would-be mom. Di ba? You can only just imagine kung yung anak mo magsasabihin gano'n, no? Ikaw yung gusto mapasama in the success.
Sana
Diba?
yun.
Success.
Pagkatapos ng lahat.
Iba. So how was it? Yun kanya, grabe yung pag-gel nyo. You came at the right time. No? Parang tama yung timing ng pagtatrabaho.
Yeah. That's saka ano rin eh. So Noel, so perfect kasi like aside from me and Isa getting along, of course parang the acting parts eh. Diba, parang at the end of the day we were satisfied. We were happy with the work. So hence you look forward the next day, parang kahit everyday taping, you look forward to showing up the next day kasi we have momentum now, diba? Now we're carrying momentum to the set. Yeah.
Ganun siya sa K-Love. Ganun siya sa K-Love. Yung parang wala kayong kailangang patunayan. You have to be with your skills, with your tools as actors. And then you knew you were good people. Yun naman yung maganda doon. So
it was such a good experience, I would say.
Okay.
Yes.
Such a good experience.
Can you invite the people to that project? Because we're excited to like watch it. Nakikita namin parang it's a different you. You're so glammed up. Ang mahal nyo tignan.
Yeah.
Ang mahal nyo tignan.
Una na ako kasi episode to ni Jake, by the way.
Oo nga. It has had to be extra special. It's her first appearance after she came back. She's here.
Oh.
Look.
I just got back yesterday, love team. Mahal na mahal kita. Sabi ni Noel kanina.
You look amazing.
Thank you. Kahit puff mommy. Ayan.
Okay lang yan. Magkaroon ka naman ng anak katulad ni Jake Cuenca.
Isa Calzado sa K-Love, October 14.
I don't know the official drop date. I forget. Is it
Let
October
me just
15?
double check my IG to be sure. Pero I know we are showing in October 14. Tama ba?
Yeah, first drop.
Yeah.
Kasi October 18 nasa isip ko, but that's our promo sched.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
So Isa, invite everyone to this project na ginawa mo na masayang-masaya ka bago ka nagbuntis.
Correct. Sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon, nakikinig ngayon, ngayong darating na October, please watch K-Love. It is a story of 5 friends coming together for a shared love of K-dramas. It's a story of Filipinos and our fascination for K-dramas and love. And it's a story of love and friendship and our struggles in life. And I guess it's just a feel-good material, and I hope you guys really appreciate it. We had so much fun making this project. Yun. And it's directed by Bobby Yan, not the brother of Rico Yan. JP Su, Corina Vistan, and Ian Takahashi. Our showrunner is Corina Vistan. It is brought to you by View Philippines. At kasama po namin dito si Isabel Daza, Sue Ramirez, Gabby Padilla, at ang aming leading man, our Jake Cuenca.
Galing. Jake, can you invite the people to this project?
Wow.
Sabi ko, parang hindi kayo sanay mag-rom-com because you really played real character roles, sa talagang edgy roles in your careers. Kasi I call Jake courageous, no? Brave in taking on, di ba, different roles, Isa. So pero this one, parang grabe rin yung effort maging rom-com artist, di ba?
Iba.
At this point, iba.
Yeah.
So,
Iba. Yes, guys. October 14, K-Love. Bukod sa kagandahan ni Isa Calzado, ang dapat niyong abangan, diba? Dapat niyong abangan po ang show namin. We work so hard, diba, on the show, and we just can't wait for everyone to see it. If you are into K-dramas, if you're into K-pop, siguradong magugustuhan niyo po ang show namin because this was built around that. And this is a story about people loving the Korean culture, K-drama, and Filipinos, like how K-dramas have affected Filipino, the normal Filipino person. So please, come October, supportan niyo po ang K-Love under View Philippines.
Can we push it before you go, Isa and Jake? How can we Filipinos love our culture the way the Koreans do? Paano
It's
pa
really,
kaya, di ba?
I think it's really for us to discover and do. And I think a lot of us really love our culture. Maraming
Yeah.
Filipino na proud at we love it. It's just also a matter of, I guess, we need support for the
That's
arts,
true.
which
That's
is really what Korea did. They supported,
Yes,
the
yes.
government supported
Yes.
the arts. And
Yes.
I really think, we should take inspiration from what the Koreans did.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because kung kakayanan lamang,
Kaya ng Pinoy.
Kaya natin. We
kaya
can do it.
natin.
We can do it.
That's true.
We can
That's
do
true.
it.
And this very good interview and really feel good interview, Jake, with an insight about us loving our country, our community,
Thank
and loving ourselves more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, for me, I think that, I think we should be more supportive of one another. I think that for me,
That's
like
true.
I think that's what we need. And I think what we need
true.
also in the industry now, we need to be supportive of one another. Like for me now, after everything we've been through, if I see when I see my co-actors do big projects or be successful, I'm happy for them. Because I know how difficult this past 3 years was. It was
That's
hard.
true.
It was
That's
very
true.
hard. And now I see my friends working again, achieving
true.
things or getting married and doing things. Ako, for me, like I said, this is a reset for me. And one thing that I wanna do is really show my support and be vocal about it, and not think twice when I want to support my friends and my colleagues and my co-actors. That in my small way. That's how I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Because life is short. Di ba?
Exactly.
We never know what will happen next. And yun, isa sinabi ko sa kanya, para siyang nandito kami as your extended family. Kasi yun nga, with the thing, with yung feeling mo, Isa, while doing this project, talagang grabe yung support mo kay Jake dyan. At grabe yung supportahan niyo sa isa't isa. So, nandito
Thank
lang
you.
tayo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Noel, may I share something
Go,
in line
go,
with
go.
what Jake was saying? Because I believe so much in gratitude and abundance. And there was
Yes.
this fantastic quote from
Galing.
because I do meditation every day. It's from Insight Timer. Sandali. Ito, ang ganda-ganda kasi nito. Nakalagay, appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well.
Galing.
So, from
Right.
Voltaire. Because, when you appreciate, like he said, when you appreciate that something is going well, something is beautiful, something or someone is successful, and you
Affirm.
appreciate that, you feel a sense of that thing also belonging to you, because
That's true.
another person's success should be your success as
Yeah.
well. It should not take away from your success.
Yeah.
Diba? If you
There's
have
enough to
that
go around.
mindset,
Galing.
Sorry?
Galing.
Yeah. There's enough to go around.
That's
Diba?
true.
yes, more than
And-
enough.
More
That's
than
true.
enough.
Like what Isa always says, so thank you, Lord. Parang He's the one making us all successful, no? And making us mirrors of His goodness. So
Yeah.
yun, maraming salamat. Maraming salamat,
Thank
Isa.
you.
Thank you. Nice to see
Thank
you.
you.
again.
Thank you, love you.
Thank you, love
Love
team.
you.
Thank you,
Love you,
Jake,
Noel.
for this time with us. Love you. Love you both. And we're all
Thank you.
here to support you. Thank you very
See you
much.
soon.
We'll continue
Thank you,
leveling
guys.
up.
Thank
Thank you.
Take care. Message kita lang.
Salamat.
Message you.
See you
Ang saya.
guys. Ang saya. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Thank you, Isadora.
Mga Katipuneros, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.